we've made our way into the kitchen, and here to make us his rich frosted strawberry poppy seed buns, welcome back the editor of Bake from Scratch Volume 3, Mr. Brian Hart Hoffman. So good to see you.
Hi, thank you.
Welcome
I'm so happy to be back.
Yeah, good to see you.
I know, I feel right at home.
I don't know if you heard a little bit earlier, but Cameron's favorite fruit in the entire world is strawberries. So this was tailor-made.
That's why I
for
did
our
this.
friend
That's
Cameron.
exactly why we did it today.
He is obsessed with strawberries. They're everywhere.
All right, well, they're everywhere in this recipe, too.
They're everywhere right now, aren't they, Shirley?
Yes,
Shirley
they
has a thing
are.
or two about berries. We're talking about berries there today, and Ken loves a strawberry as well. But this is made with freeze-dried strawberries.
This is the secret ingredient. You get the pink, you get the strawberry flavor, and you don't get all the moisture that would cause them to be soggy.
Right.
So we're going to take the freeze-dried strawberries, and you're going to put them in the food processor and turn them into a powder. And then we use it in all of the different iterations in the rolls.
Which is beautiful. All right, so we start with our delicious dough.
So we've got the bread flour in the stand mixer with the dough hook. And to that, we're going to add salt.
Okay.
The yeast, which you got to have.
All right.
Poppy seeds.
Okay.
Nutty flavor. Some sugar.
Yep.
And then let's just let that take a few spins around.
There you go.
Just a mix. And then we're going to add...
There we go. We'll slow it down some.
All right, we're going to add warm milk.
Warm milk.
Yeah, because that's going to activate the yeast where you get the nice rise to the bread. And melted butter makes everything better.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Yummy.
So there you're going to get the flavor in there. And then you just let this go for about 7 minutes. And you're looking for the dough to be elastic and smooth.
And pull away from the side.
Yeah, so it's going to all come together. It's going to start knocking around in the bowl a little bit. And that's normal. But it's going to come together just how you see now.
And it almost looks like there's not enough liquid, but there is.
But it will. It's going to get itself there.
There it
You
goes.
don't have to do the yeast in a separate bowl. It all just happens in there.
So this is instant yeast. So it reacts immediately with the warm liquid. So the active dry is where you have to put it in the bowl with the liquid and then add it later. So the process is just a little bit different.
And look at it. It's starting to pull away. And after about 7 minutes, you're going to get a beautiful ball of dough.
Yep, and you're going to take it away and let it rest for about an hour. It's going to double in size, and then you're going to roll it out.
Okay, so here
we go.
Out.
So now it's time for our first layer of strawberry flavor with the strawberry cream cheese.
So what's in there?
So this is cream cheese. We do have some fresh strawberries in here, and the freeze-dried powdered mixture is in here as well.
Okay.
So you're just going to spread it on the dough. And you want a thin layer because we're going to fold this and roll it again, so you don't want it to ooze out all of the ends. So you're just wanting to get a nice covering of the strawberry cream cheese, and you can see the flecks of the fresh strawberries and the nice color you get from the dehydrated powder.
Nice. Strawberry overload.
You're already in it.
I'm like over here with all the strawberry.
So then we're going to just fold it like a letter. All right.
Oh, so we didn't put that much in there either.
No, so you just want to make sure you get a nice covering.
Okay.
And then this is going to sit for 10 minutes and rest.
And you let that rise again.
And then we're going to roll it back out. So now you've got your nice strawberry layers with the dough. So this is laminating, where you're adding those layers much like a croissant.
Do we need a brush?
Yep, I need the brush or a spatula.
What did I do with it? Let's see. This spatula will work just fine if I could just get to her.
Or I can use my hand. There we go. All right. So we've got the softened butter. And here's that next layer of texture and flavor. And you're just going to spread the butter all over the dough. And you do want to leave about a ½ inch border at the top. That's what you're going to use to seal the dough as we roll it into the sweet rolls. Okay. So you're just getting a nice thin covering.
Oh, nice.
It's so nice this isn't too sweet. It's actually like, I don't know if it's the spices or what have you, but...
So here's the spice. We've got cardamom in the strawberry sugar. So you're getting that warm spice. Yeah. And you take the sugar and you just spread it over the dough with the butter. The butter's going to help this adhere.
When you say strawberry sugar, basically what you've done is...
You've taken those freeze-dried strawberries, sugar, cardamom, and lemon zest, and you pulse that in the food processor until you get this fine sugar. You can even give it a little pat to make sure it's all the way on the butter. Okay. And then we're going to roll. So starting at the end closest to you, and it's a little messy job, you do want to pull it towards you to get a tight roll. Because once these go in the pan, we don't want them unrolling. We want the nice spirals that you're going to have the strawberry sugar, the strawberry cream cheese, and then the poppy seed dough. So we're just going to roll it all the way to the end.
There you go.
Just pulling as you go.
How fun.
And then
we cut it.
You take just a little pinch to the seam here so that it stays together. We're going to take our knife. We're going to trim the ends, discard those.
Don't throw that.
Now, you know,
bake that. You bake that.
I love to eat the dough, but I'm not going to do it today.
Not gonna do it on TV.
And then you're going to take the dough and just cut it into 12 rolls.
And this came together pretty easily. I mean, it takes some time for it to rise and rise and rise again.
A lot of people are intimidated by baking with yeast, and it's actually not that complicated. You just have to be patient and let it rise and let it do what it's supposed to do. And then we're going to take the rolls and we're just going to place them in the baking pan.
Beautifully.
3 in each row.
Look how quickly that came together.
Right? And then these are going to sit for another 45 minutes for a final rise.
So it's a triple rise then?
It's, you triple if you take that 10-minute rise in the middle there. And
Perfect
then
for a rainy spring day.
Right?
Yeah.
And then once they've risen their final rise, they're going to go into a 375-degree oven.
For how long?
For 25 to 30 minutes. And a little trick that I like to share when baking, look at that, right?
And they got so big.
Gorgeous.
So you want to check at about 15 to 20 minutes to make sure that they're not burning. And then you could cover them with foil just to keep the top from getting too brown as the inside continues to bake.
That's a great idea.
All
And
right.
now for the
in case you haven't had enough
strawberry.
We're going to take a strawberry cream cheese frosting that has butter, powdered sugar, cream cheese, the freeze-dried strawberry powder, and you're just going to zigzag or any pattern that you want. You want to let these sit for about 10 minutes after they come out of the oven.
Before you put the cream
Well,
cheese.
or you could do it nice and hot if you're just craving one, and the icing will melt all over the top.
The gooiness of it all.
Absolutely. And then it's time to kick in, right?
Yeah. How beautiful is that?
Delicious, like I said, strawberry overload, and fantastically beautiful as well. Your book, Bake from Scratch, has got some other great recipes in there. Take us through some of those.
All right, one of my favorite recipes is our Vietnamese coffee cake. This is layers of cake with black cocoa powder, and it's contrasted by this super sweet flavor of sweetened condensed milk. It is one of my favorites.
What's that?
And then we have our beautiful, inspired by the Nutter butter. So, but we took hazelnut, made a hazelnut butter into a cookie sandwich, dipped them in chocolate. It takes it to a whole new level.
Look at that.
And then my favorite, it's the laid-back version of our Southern Hummingbird layer cake. You've got pineapples, banana, pecan, and a cream cheese icing on this bundt cake. It's easy to make, always delicious, one of my favorites.
I love a bundt cake.
I do
Who
too.
doesn't love a bundt cake?
How do you make all this and not just eat it nonstop is what I want to
I
know.
I bake it, I eat it, I share it with family and friends.
Well, then you obviously exercise yourself to the best.